Dog mama, ulolu bama, ebenyadi. If you are just hearing me, just say yes or type something for me that will show that you are all hearing me loud and clear. Now I'll be more you can sign then more sight and then I'll be more you can dog mama be more you can never. Jara fine can be tell you more you can never. Yeah. Are you hearing me? Yeah, thank you. Auzu billahi mina shaytani rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Jannimbe dunna dua kono. Anenga dundia mo kono. Bankola fore ya julo. Lafta ko wala kosi. Purumbe o moy ngalo nyama. Basically ngana dun kacha kono. Mbalbe fana hake danila. Ngata moment kije delay and sotoda because of network issue. Ning computer life akatu load la. Gambia membe along. Alhamdulillah. Basically, wala be carry. But notwithstanding, love to be ngakacha. More bejang. Now you can tell me. I will open it up. But the announcement sotata. What I want to discuss per se is all the burning issues in this country pertinent to society, ranging from our security, our economy, the laws that have been formulated, the witch hunting, and the inner fight that is disturbing development in this country. I want to touch all the main facets of our government. But it is going to be in sessions. This is going to be the median one, the first one. But we'll have it by weekly basis or on 3 or 4 days every week or twice a week. It depends on how best I can program myself and schedule my load accordingly. Basically, well. But janim beduna ngani kome ngani memfote na national anthem play of the Gambia. Nga play mbe la moy. issues guide our actions towards the common good, and join our diverse people to prove as brotherhood. We pledge our farm allegiance, our promise we renew. Keep us, great God of nations, to the Gambia overthrow. Thank you. Nimbotaji. Let's stop calling me. I'm on live. More men left can call. Let them call me later. I'm live now. Live. I'm men left can call. I am call later. Aisa do Komma. Sajo. Please. Grab this alinim bondi jang aleta alla bungo kono. Out everybody. Please.
Afra la pino samba ongo.
Nko ali bojang nko wala fa.
Ide fa ya nyuma tu jang wala.
Alla bungo na mala nyimbu ndasoro. Please. Ala hakatu Africa dindingolo ibukela kuo keno ebulu. Ngauti blal beto tane. Yes, Ali, my network, I will control it, but people calling me are the people disturbing me.
Competition yati naga pereja ula nete wandi dini wati nyala anin perula. I know you wanna see me down up in the mud, in the dirt. This shit hurts. Kelo mukabang, nyojino mukabang, nyodemo mukabang. Naya panyale ke kumola ako, nkae ako. 1,000 soldier rolena, 10,000 more rolling in Dama.
Okay, now it can interrupt la. Let's move now. Sisla, diamwela sister ya fire ko. Akananya adunna. Aslam alaikum bemo be konton na to kendo ni konton senwala mbadi lamo lal ni jube lal laftanga kacha wa laftanga kacha men na ni banko kan pertinent issues, the insecurity in this country, the economic situation in this country, the corruption in this country, the nepotism in this country, the favoritism in this country, and the creeping dictatorship that we are having in this country, and our porous, our bad electoral system. So, but in by segments, we cannot do it like everything today because apologies to all, I was very late. In network is letting Kalafika dung abe load la mboka no. I will start with the anti-corruption bill or the anti-corruption act. Purumbe ya faham. Ko ndolani mansakunda, Adam Barolani mansakunda, basically, they don't have the political will to fight corruption. Ni aje ngofo, dalil koy lebe mbulu mele yaron ko nsaitan dalla nali ya kacha ngalo ne moli ya lonne ban se nyo hakilo bulandi dron ko these are one of the reasons me alon ko corruption kilo nyim banko kan abe kole yala, because when you want to start cleaning, you start cleaning from in-house. Eka suo kono anim bungo kono le follow dada ay senea na jankuta den yena amuru bantay bantankol jankunde ba nim bungo kono man senea bantate jankuno wala alkany ndiya momem moy there was an anti-corruption act ntema understand mune mi nim bankote ninko they are not serious people mol buka understand Gambia anti-corruption act sotole womanke bidi kabin 2012 nimbitema anti-corruption act bijan bari tol kaburi nata baro man sakunda iko is draconian walen ko tilimbalial nin tajirinte lebe embering wokon hanata tilimbalia anin tajirinte dolbe emberinje body a tool sotole kabitol be sila wato men, especially from 2021 onwards, to use that document very well can make sure to fight and curb corruption in this country. But munene make there is no political will. There is no political commitment from the leadership towards fighting corruption. Coming in 2012. But it's all men they are not serious about this anti-corruption bill or act right now. Ning anti-corruption act janabe kela agwi sanji nani abe deputy bungoto abe larinje. Eman d'accord no kanto amam pass no because of modo la kunkili nafala ani mansakunda la do kudal pour que protect no nyame wala naning anti corruption acto amang enak nunjuna sanji nani kawaku ndo laban kon katame to baro be tajal kabiri anti-corruption bill di ya table 4 years abe National Assembly kabiri National Assembly fana ya I d'accord takana foya pass pour president so a sign ay kino luwate wakata kabiri December 2023 president we signé effective that day aketa luwato but anim bi tema adu effectively jande mo fon commissioner set la you must be able to have a mechanism in place même ba itande la ko etabe jumal le appoint nona melbe kele no la commissionality melbe taraw commissioner kon. But how can you wait until after when you enact assent to that particular bill aketa luwate still now let's say 14 to 16 months o commissioner man do ko keno commissioner man appoint no sako lead council or whatever. So ning wajumala abedu ko keno la wajumala Gambian be muna fanna nyim biro la ateta because Barrow is not committed. That is a fact. It is not only a failed state, it is a banana republic too. Kumbabu amdey ak kumbabu amundey mo nekk ci dëkk bi nañ waxante dëgg dëkk bi ni amna ñoo xamne ñu ngi def lolu kenn du leen wax dara amna ñoo xamne suñ defé du ndaw sa o defuñ dara sa ñu ngi leena topa he ci biir he kelelebe kele kono ñi Gambia ka tama wona ñam kelebe kele kono he ci biir he. It's not about the interest of the country anymore. It is not about the interest of the community and the people, the poor people now. It is the interest of a certain group versus a certain group against a certain group. And this is a fact. We cannot oversight these things. They are very serious issues that we need to address as soon as possible. Basically, Nyawuru Kabrin December in Bitema 2023, Alman commissional appoint no. Adon yung commission do men fanal lota ni agdo men keta. War is a toothless bulldog. They are not going anywhere. It is a non-starter because below ni near read. Ya dada nyameng. Yeah, design Nyameng, it is not going to get anybody. I will touch on that. The bill, I have it here. Purumolbe, I understand. The Gambia Anti-Corruption Act of 2023. I have it. is with me. Ntolu buka speculate. Ntolu buka ngunu. Ntolu nkafo nyaje nyame nkafo le nyama mbadi ngolo. I will go to the most draconian side. Coming 21st of December, in the year of our Lord 2023, it was passed in the National Assembly. And as per creed, the Gambia number 13 of 2023 assented to by the President on the 30th day of January 2024. 30th of January 2024, it came into being a law in this country. But from 2024 January to 2025 February, 13 calendar months, there is not even a single movement, not even an appointed commissioner, a single appointed commissioner. So where are we going? But when you look at this document is not a serious document. This document is tailored suit for people within the corridors of power. When you look at the most interesting part, I will tell you. Exclusion. Exclusion of jurisdiction. The Commission's powers of investigation under this act shall not include the investigation of corruption that occurred before the coming into the force of this act, unless the corruption is a continuing act. The Commission's power of investigation under this act shall not include the investigation of corruption that occurred before the coming into force of this act, unless that corruption is a continuing act. Mbadunga la leo mwele. Malam fali amwele kame mfo angale kondo. Malam fali mwele. Alkamwele wale mu sentime alonko iko exclusion lemma date je so that means that ning anti-corruption bill something ketanum koma corruption or ite ake make jani nyimbekela itatale scot free, nothing can be done about that. It cannot be discussed, you cannot be prosecuted, and you cannot be taken anywhere. Anti-corruption bill, you are virtually redunding the commissioners. Alkana commissioner ta, ale bankola na fulo ta, aliya kasara kotenke. Because this is a toothless bulldog. This cannot get anybody. Because the most important ingredients are all deleted. Alko draconian one man for me alko 2012. Alko ya jame menati that is there to witch hunt people. It's 150 times better to me than this one. Because this one you're not getting anybody. The way you define bribery, the way you define gift, the way you define corruption, the way you define abusing and embezzling public funds is vague. It is not specific. They are leaving the specifics out. But I don't know what is wrong with our National Assembly. So that means that this National Assembly is only about when it comes to their interest. That is when they will stand for the Gambian people. Regardless of which party you belong to. I'm calling all of you out. Because giving respect to those people who voted against this, of course, yes. But at the end of the day, we're talking about what? We're talking about the National Assembly. Posterity shall judge all of us. This document is better for us not to have this. But why we should have this? I think you already have an existing act that is there since 2012. You say it is draconian because it is their table shoot to witch hunt certain people. Now you must look at those clauses that are witch hunting people and that are detrimental and adverse. You amend them and make it better. But not to repeal the entire act. Bring your own sugar coat act that you call anti-corruption. This is no anti-corruption. This is pro-corruption bill. Because it is just there to serve your interest. How can you tell us that the findings that are there, the corruption that are meted out and mutilate the Gambian economy from time immemorial should not be captured and it cannot be prosecuted because this has come into force? And this is only the best one there. But the worst one is in the draft constitution that we people are talking about. In that draft constitution, listen to me very well. Baroko Anara Mol. What draft constitution or Komma. The judges, the National Assembly members, and other senior public officials will declare their assets by the time they are appointed or the time they are voted into office or the time they are chosen as judges, high court judges and magistrates. They will declare their assets. I have nothing wrong with that. But you know where the trivia lies? Those people will declare their assets, and after they leave office also, they must declare their assets to make sure that they will peruse and scrutinize the level of their performance by way of checking whether they are involved in any corrupt activities. But let's say, look at the National Assembly. For them, where are they going to be corrupted? I don't understand. Maybe to brown envelope. But apart from that, they are just formulating laws, enacting them, amending them, talking about issues that will affect the country, in the National Assembly, in the plenary, and in their committee levels. But say la corruption of betaramito. But mansakunda la moemon la baro na la minister mem marataning na banko marlan kitabo la wala ndawda jallote be feaka molla la. Nyadi ita be constitutional la nyole nyabe ko be jojol, they will be held accountable. But you don't know that you should also be held accountable. Accountability, responsibility comes with accountability. Minister, responsibility will always come with accountability. But how can you say the ministers and the president, when you are appointed, you will declare your assets? By the time you leave office, you will not declare your assets. Ilamoide, Jojo, the judges, the parliamentary and senior government officials must declare their assets. Must declare their assets before they are appointed. And after even they leave office, they must still declare their assets. But for the ministers, when they are appointed, they will declare their assets. But after appointment, they will not declare their assets. Now tell me one thing. I think when you are appointed, after your appointment is the time you will have the opportunity to amass wealth, involve yourself in corruption or in corrupt activity. So how can after your tenure as minister, you will declare your assets, but after your tenure as minister, you will not declare your assets? So Gambians will die until they fall. More me alonko ni e pala so dila. Iko e ba yemen soto ila na fulo to ila kodal to ila bulu kono marana ila sanol to ila nyarol to ya ita ndiko nyine bembul puru ya save. Sinin sama puru mo kana fa ko nyindo ay man sakunda do ko leke fa ya bulu kabu kaboke ay la fa nyom. Sa natol bota woto. Alko ne la minister ta aliye dundi place to fa pare alla 2024 draft kono ko ni o place mana fa pare te la fenol declare adu molbe yalo ne fisamante akul kana ni aponi ke minister ko la olmina ba ni me ke minister te fisamante akudo so no ba ni ke minister you'll be having interfaces with business people, investors and all whatnot because you are a policy maker o ato le se fen so no puru ite be fa yiri wandila men. So I know what tambide ko itol te declaration okela. Are these people serious? Are these people even Gambians or they are aliens? I don't understand. Itol ka luwal formulate nyame. Al bafala al fonye dia bin dundun sama al bafala al fangle ndanda. Adu Nyimbanko will say as it is. Summer, I will bring in the audited reports from 2019 to 2020, 2021 up to 2024. We'll discuss the key points because there are many points in that. The Ministry of Finance and Economic Affairs. It's not ambiguous, it's sal. It is not optional, it's sal, Mr. Ngom. They shall declare their assets before being appointed, and they shall also retire their assets after being appointed. That is for the magistrates, the judges, the parliamentary and senior government officials. But here is the trivia. The ministers and the president shall declare their assets before appointment, but will never declare or disclose after being out of office. This is the $1 million question. In law, may, will, is may. Maybe. Oh, but it's shall. This is shall is mandatory. Where are we going as a country? People think that they are dealing with people who are even laymen. Yes, we are all laymen, but we understand these issues, the nitty-gritty that is behind this, how government works, how systems are manipulated. Wala nanka fale ko kumbabu amdei akumbabu amunde mone kasi rewme nan bayante. Let's leave each other alone. When it comes to the insecurity, you blame the police. You blame individuals working with the security apparatus. But which station in this country, apart from PRU, anti-crime, even mobile traffic police, they are not mobile. Even mobile traffic police responsible for traffic, mobile. When you look at the number of personnel they have, and you look at highway patrol, motor lulu, or motor warabula. But mobile traffic from office, motor jolly. You telling me that a country like this, with a police department like that, should be able not to have vehicles? Police station all over motors. They are not motivated. They are not well paid. They are not secured. They are ill-equipped. How can they serve and protect us? I told you this earlier 3 years ago. My friend, if you are ill-equipped, you cannot even protect yourself, rather to protect other people. You are ill-equipped. You are demotivated. You have been segregated. You know it better than I do. I told police all long. So, ninka fo moleko, nga safero ke nka fa alin dahandi. Mol nyabe tilin to nyala janyaje ke baba ko tolbe sila. Ebe nyomen la jikando la hey. Sukuro la bije ni wonda hani yedolo la min o kuslema. Ibu kata wande ko da ko de ka ke ba dubi anyare ka fa na jikandi kenso min. Adalote tel na tema. Adiyata tane la tema. Ne aje sula wule wala mina. Ebe fiala banta bato. Sato wulo la barakanta ya ka wala announce. Wala be nyimbanko kan sante. More man secure no la cordal kono because of the level of corruption. More than imagine that jara soma. I will tell you this free. You went to the bad registry. Only $2,500 is holding a machine there that is printing a bad certificate for people for more than 4 months. When a single government official can go on a trip here, £250 or dollars or euro, how many printers are in that? And each of those printers that cost $2,500 will serve them for more than 3 months. Still now, it is not fixed. When you go to our health facilities, they are like a death trap. When you go there, you will even pity Gambians. Mol nyabe trindi wala ekweta ofala. Ekwebe kumado ofala. Jan, nimbanko ka. TV&MEDIA mulal de bari mantale bentali network be kalaw kan alla network olu bari nyankumona dingo be mus kumbabu amde akumbabu amunde mo fi am the police former IG Ablaye Sanyang, notwithstanding later on he'll have to use that politically, but Kabila that you try some other things in the police to set in reforms, but totally later on you are more of a politician than an IG. So this will be a lesson for Sidi Mutar Toure, the current IG. On Tulobe Kuola Janne, Nyabe Kuola 600 million given to the president's nephew. In Tulobe, that is nearly $1 billion. Molbe Janne, single sourcing opportunity dealer. Basal Fereja, a single sourcing opportunity di mola. Nimbanko ka kumotili mintole. Banyajan kwe kumbabu amde kumbabu amunde. Ministry of Finance ngamela ibe mamuje njay fokamba mambude njay maybe atala corruption auto maybe not a corrupta but maybe a mel babala wol fanal maybe ka balule but syndicate ndese kuma fale Central Bank of the Gambia ning ala ning kilatema nkawole foja is the only nte menjede I'll open this forum for everybody because me, I'm a politician, I'm an opposition member. But Central Bank of the Gambia, among the all enterprises, all the facets, all the institutions under the government, Natara rating be they will get the highest rating from me. Because kukilimbi di ngalo neko segregation today in their work. Ntol oppositional. They interface with the Central Bank. Wallahi al-Azim. Ning ala ning kilate wa ning wato is non-segregated. It's the only department. Ibitaje, after mena, yasoto, they don't look whether you are opposition or not opposition. They don't look where you come from, whether you are so tall or you are poor or you are working at the office of the president or you dine and wine with Usain Udab. It's the only place, not the police. Not any other government department. The segregation okay fale. They saw it to you on your face go. It's an oppositional thing. Even it is your constitutional right to be attended to be heard, to be seen, to be treated, to be taken care of. Ibukake. The only institution in this country, 𝒘𝒘𝒘𝒃 diligently is the Central Bank of the Gambia. You give the devil its due. Notwithstanding toll. As a party and me as an individual, I'm not part of anything and I'm not supporting anything that will deal with corruption. But I'm saying, hakilo to fananja, Gambia la corruption oka kenyame, ala kuol kele kenyame, kelebe kele kono la kataraji. If anybody has any problem to settle with people, settle with them outside their job and your responsibility. But more you cannot abuse your powers. Or use your institution or other mechanisms that are under your purview to be able to settle all scores with individuals who are performing very well in their jobs. I don't support that. Because if anybody does it to me, I feel bad. If you do it to my family, I feel bad. My friend, it is an open secret. There are issues happening in this country. Now, robbery, bank robberies. Na robbery soto janne suwol kon na isul soto janne with our state-owned enterprises o manke bi kuti kabirin 2016 la obeke kanja na kuol soto janne mele alon ko ha bad currency dunta Central Bank about 150 million ngol beje jan bari me ente jaka wo 150 million o kabala dunta Central Bank obviously Mansakunda nyanta kamenke kabri yake mol nyanta ka bondi kukala ma wala ni nyanta ka kiwa biko ibuka information odi ela nyim Mansakunda information o me tol favor e ko wala fo mole information o me tol favor ibuka fo moye ni Mansakunda ka operator nyam ni la Mansakunda ko man e kamene fo mole men nyanta ka moy bante se ben fo fata mole ma nimme kelo soto natra sidi keta enim buwa mambe buwa sedi membe central bank governor yal al kana o natin to la banko kono ona do ko kono you settle that score somewhere else because it's open secret whether you accept it or not. You are not on a fine footing with the governor of the central bank. Everybody did their own investigation. I did my own too. You are not on a sound footing with them. You don't tango with them. Notwithstanding, nobody is saying that you are doing extremely well. But ni mansa kuna ni blabi je memba kataka ndoma ni central bank domandi. Yes, let's give the devil its due. We say as it is. But if you have a problem to score with Boasedi as the governor, don't take it to the other level. At all central bank call fanal damal melbe nyoka. Jam mansa kunda la fasetol be problem also. Mansa kunda la dulal be diam also. Adun tol karila menda wolem bikon tol bukatara wodo kudlal don karila menda wolem audit report menka bo National Audit Office. Wa National Audit Office report solo nkarila wole kam puruka department ol gauge. Notwithstanding kudol ka kije wol ka auditol bitle, notwithstanding all that. But natra komen be great dealer mo la mele alon ko be manre nyim banko la na fulo la passing green be o dealer central bank. But ministry be zero dealer atolla. Sidi keta ite ni la mol zero. Kumbaka bol dila. That's the fact. Nin kelebe kele kono kuala albe ole bulala, ale mo la banko doku. Nena ni mbuwa ma benno, ale problemo soto kana o samba even buwa la doku dulal. Albe ski moli yel la nyowe, albe seta polan la nyole, pour ka nyo mantora. Ablai kabinibe police. Yemen keje, notwithstanding dolby ye world they are bad rating. Bode kuma dol katale fo lately le ila seki la politician. See the mutatu le kabite nata, you should follow sudiye ku kendol ni reform all nova. Because all of you are not bad people because hanata nal mandali, but in ka aljele num albenyami. But al kana son see the more kana son yete use as a tool in any fight. Because jayalo e malo kuol ka lonne. Ni modol no ma mel ning ablay man ben yeta ablay no ma ni ya digal. Ni mel ning bua man ben yeta bua no ma na digal, but the poor people, the young people who are working in this institution should not be the sacred or the sacrificial lambs. Ale fata molla molma. Ale fata molla because ni banko ka momo ni molle denda momo ni molle wuluta. Mel be ni problemo men be ni banko ka wolanda tambitale. Julo me be banko ka landa tan minister la kamara wolla ina na man resign ina me bay bari be loading dula kilingono ma me alon ko men nte mem funding ala nin kila reme the most efficient department in the government is the central bank ntele nga fo ali mul dahandi nal tata woton tol kata len tol opposition na ma itandi tol lako albe UDP la albe ja having an issue sort of with our accounts or deductions that to come to our account when we go there they treat us with respect until we take that. We appreciate that. Mukameng appreciate many along ko kan tol doyandi e kan kajafi e ka kumolti na ka itan na palat bakam ko ni man ta man sakunda tol mela time osot adu man sakunda be mo beleje opposition mo NPP mo UDP mo momum o mo sifal be sirin jande nyaabe la nyim banko kan bari kele kon albe mol impliqué la albe ski mol diversify just pour ka mol dundi problème ko ngoni mbaro man sakunda la problème mo be molti. You want to settle all scores with Bua. See the police, go and confront Bua. Take it to the president or wherever. But don't involve the ordinary staff that are doing their job. And it that it's common sense. But Barolem, he will always play or dance to the tune of the cabal surrounding him. I call them the axis of evil. Yes. Because wol dol bije ila interest kare mal la fila ka leketa tek kare nyol bite mo dol hani wol sindi sanni tumala kan o sani bunjam ita kututela hadamadi ni sa kutote no ni eje tala rek yeta e bule no albedo kudral to nyimman sakunda to nyalbe nyokono ngani yolte nyokono al kantel jube mbalol ka kandi wit ha walan to nyati nyalbe nyokono ngani yolte nyokono Gambia la doku la problème ol munyer momo be Central Bank janal be duku la albe yole la nying isu men kata je recently albita police atol dam mal fangol tema alba flan dundundana nimel late fan la like nke ka ke nyame go in the open nealon ko nafiki ate to hasidi ate ko kelebe kele kono kote to ta police straight away ya fo ka nin kari ale nyin nin nyineke ngamina nyin nin nyinete ba ni wo keta wonto be auditol nyin kalale adum be NIA nyin kalale be police nyin kalale be Ministry of Finance nyin kalale be State House nyin kalale be all other institutional nyin kalale melialon ko mutilated notes solo and in notes that are not good when they are destroyed all these people are present and your representatives. So if there's anything wanting, all these departments in the government are responsible. You cannot solely blame it on few individuals and lafta keke sacrificial lambolte. Alimol dahandi. That is a fact. Samuel, Nali Alonko, Kibale Barbulu in Central Bank isudo, Alta Opun Li Wole Fisar Albert Dumateng, Alka Fenken Tolka Bakalamale, Albert Tarambulol Mena, Albert Nyom Nambara Kuoleto, by Ningambia problem on Muntoleti Mandin Kolo and in Surwal. Kabrim Pen Jamano, Surwal be Surwal Kelendela, Mandin Kol Kel, Mandin Kol ni Mandin Kol be Nyola. Ibal use la nyola, ibal use la against each other. Hanali jamala. Dibi time per njay. Yen bugal lan sen boka mu am jam. Ken bugut fi ken mu am jam. Notwithstanding, we want this country to work. Then buka deka bi mu dox. Why do mu na dox? Because xam nga lalla. Nit yi sen xol yi nekkuñ bena. Sen body da ngeen da xolante ni di dem di anda. Sen xol yi yaatu ci bena because do leen liggéey. Li ngeen toppa rek moy ku nekk li mo def ci posam. O lalla la ñoo setul ak yow su nekkee mën naa yow jubóowuñ rek yow yaa ngi si place o keneen mu ngi si place rek dina la toppa pour yaaxal loolu yóbbu réew liggéeyul réew lu ñoo war a wax mooy de corruption yoo xam ne billions lañ loolu lañ war a wax waaye yow comme li ma la dee wax si c'est sungol be saatewol alkawol nooma ñong ko ma sungol be jàng wol be taamale sungol la alka faal be mol batan la si c'est sungol la kuŋo wose keenoo ñim banko It's hard to say, and I'm not like pour moi njube coming. Si ko encore fa dem bay ni banko la problème kabrin tam immemorial fariman singata la watu mandinka dingol trouble be kelle be normal surwa dingol be surwal normal be kelle be normal e be criss cross ni ñokon kabrin tam immemorial itolle ñim banko la problème ni la fa ñim banko itam mbe ngani akilina sotala ngaje ko ngani banko kanande yalo ñi manke politique kuté atambita wala sambi ko ñi banko bitaka ñame ndol UDP kol me ñi banko kan NRP kol me ñi banko NCP kol me ñi banko kan NPP kol me ñi banko kan ñi banko kata ñame mo bela balu wonyante ke sele mo bela tanko nyante ke sa mo bela jata kande ak nyante ke sulod mo bela yiriwa nyante ke la sulod bar wote ke no la na tara mo membe mol be ko kan santre be man dim place la banko la wol dam mal be kelola munaka minister la interest investigation do ñin do ba fala la bula ñin do be jewo ba fala ali keten investigation kay ko wolle bula mo le investigation ba nata o investigation dal mo do le fanal be yato ma yalla ko fanal be katerol le kono groupe section so ñun dol ko ñun section dol fo nga jeng wol kasara nga wol dundi problème ko fonsi wol frame nge soto mune ko sidi ne problème so renim boata ali ya regle melbe do ko la central bankal fon li mol membe do ko la be do ko la nyokal ngani yolbe sunkan di ñofe albe kuma fala ñoma même man soto o ma la hajo li ban ni late fawla Nyawuru Komma ka nyimmen ka ke yeta police station oto yela kibaro di ko kari be ñin la and prove it beyond reasonable doubt ko ñine be kiri. You must bring in material evidences but aliya ñalo mo dantal leka aliya la kelol samba wol leka ka fonte kalle be tiri ala on nin kalle kata wala na koku kata woni anta ka bula o konol wala man ke siloti ne manjim bula nyim banko in the next 100 years ndita hani dula ñenam toñati security bi jam police wol mam moto sot altowol falade mol la ko dolbe mol bulu je ma retire altow falade aliyo julo di mol la jang imanjo altow falade project role that is Kodol Mel Tataje unaccounted monies that cannot be accounted for in billions. Albukov Gambia as a country don't debt distress call. Alamo for central bank law beta you be negotiate ba. I'm a ministerial matter. The central bank told it I want the ministerial told Takatano central bank because central bank is under the Ministry of Finance. They need to be governor for it. It's following Tatala. Wantaka mfanding ala ni kila tema Buasedi and the team and anywhere moli alonko momo tata mansakunda to niaje nyimbaro mansakunda ma work at a work la wala when you go to any country in any department in any institution you want reform you want success you must bring in people who believe in your philosophy and your goals and your policies puriyeta wayataka mon lenati just for political patronage people who will always praising you when they will not deliver wala na mansakunda be failed. So if Boa succeeded in doing that, you want to sacrifice him and the people. Go ahead. Go ahead. But I will tell you, President Barrow, being the president of the republic, Angalel Kanyinefo, you must be held accountable for acts you've done and the ones you omitted. They are called omissions. You will be held accountable for omissions. Be careful, you will be held accountable for omissions. Things that happen under your watch. You see them rolling and they're happening, and you give a deaf ear and a blind eye to it. It's called in law omissions. They will be accountable. You will be accountable for omissions. I promise you for that. You will be accountable for omissions. Because the way the country is going, kumbabu amdei, akumbabu amundei, wala benyi mankoka. Molo ka mutajan ikata legal system ko ika fili ika escape ika tara kairo ko molo ka tara jan ika mulfa ika tara kairo ko molo ka tara jan ika pati molo ya lone jan wol dol bi jan jande be place so to hani sekulol table bi wol are one of the richest people in this country al buko wolf why today sinin somehow every week central bank this and that just alcohol for the purka mol distract from the main price. That is what is happening in the government starting from the office of the president. Tata the central mo kilo man don teja wuli keme wor million keme woro wula ata den process o men fawla mo malla fi kallo bari gambe nol to fola alto fola munati nan to fola because wol mu royal family le ñin dol wol mu ndanko family mo le so ñin ko fele pour mo be ya fay kunto tan daw son do mo le kawdo Gambia ne president ka fuko auditing men ke banko bala wo mira ku molete banko tuta akajim bil sol men fonko na ala sonda sam because time o kila na internet o man tro strong ni wonyama akake nyame amon kontan bara alila moy ni na de furu momo ibeja isela moy na bake
Ahora,
sisla
nembara uno por.
ene mbala be nyaadi
Gajatolo muti no.
e mbal koma
Katonya kesa ule wana fo eno.
Sisla men jakali ni banko ka. Ni mu foiro te de ete mu e bota foire family ro de gi batata le.
I know.
Adon kamen fo en tol bolon kono di ngol tol lege na batata e de bota bati bulo bak e bota kiyanne bak e bota min tole bak mol dam mal le katu nyono ma adu ngami men fo ngamin le sisla ni banko la problème o kabrim peri njaay sa dawda kayra baja pharmacie gata surwal ni mandin ko surwal be kelo la mandin kol ni mandin kol be kelo surwal ni mandin kol be kelo mandin kol ni surwal be kelo
Yeah.
kariya kete ne nyene ma ke kude imalo fo donon sisla o kayirwa murundi komale.
That's true, yeah. Yeah.
Ni tani mo problem o soron tani te dia mo soto hanek sangi tan komando e kam batlo te ke place soto rek pour sa ke no nyawnya pour kan te dundi fitino ko.
Yeah.
Ni wonde
Nyawuru ni mela kuma kun hani ya jamal time I mandinko I assume fa Gambia mandinko la siara kono penda from fang because mandinko la kanyo report jam during jamata yeah mala fi fang la no that's true ka membe for be to nya no yeah ndol dama la kanyo chela and wala ki kambaro fa la man sakunda yeah this
e kany men kere ne ajen kany fo
yeah
mandinka nyaton ko be institution society la corruption ko ni la nyin kele ko tele wol
I know yeah
pour yalo to nyato nyan katara ko ko bar men katara duma men katara santo jama ka wolje bar men katara duma mol bu ko je
that's true yeah definitely
bi Gambia man takunda ni ajube
yeah
ala department jumal je mandinka nyaton ko kuje bije
anawi yamansia
nabi ya man sia wo be dawda ka dia mo create wolle
melbe nu je be kele boni je manja nyolli you know
aha
jana
ye manja modi tan social security
exactly yeah
modol
nawek la fonkoy fo juwar la wala
nani juwara be nunje
olbe
yol bon
yeah
ya understand say nyatrin central bank la
yeah
because buase
yeah
mu mandin ko
ma yeah I know
be department o men kaje kam membe je o musuru a fulol
yeah
adu ni ajube wo staffol membe o unit to wol mandin ko le siata je anen surwa
yeah
ida mal membe do ko lanko ni be million tan sunya lal fola biko wol inte ka fole ko sa million keme woro ni billion ol tinya dum banko ka
anin ponko 35 million o dun damena account still she's working
live mo be nyaba
wala anta kal fo Nyawuru sundi wala batata Gambia sun cebal beje state house ibe koso dun kan you know the big thieves are in the suit
and they are protected to ngam fana ko eten ko be nyul scenario membe kedin science
yeah
ngamra audit report mol be ke yaka wala nyim banko kan audit report the institutional men ko yes they are good sa wala be dia mo kono institutional men man tra good be bad be zero wala ka fo be o institution do question la wasi ke no nyaadin to la nyim banko kan
jana fo fenko man na wang samade health minister afinto na no nyare mbono kala institutional corruption be jata ban but still there minister be for etela mo sakunda ko minister ko ka fo na department do je corruption be farje o ila ni banko ni serious banko le wodi Nyawuru o minister fo ba arrest lal yeah he will be arrest because at the road department so afinto na confirm ko corruption be je but it's still there so it's all over ko baro is not come ka nyam men for baro is not ready to fight corruption at yamira akadia un tolele men yalo fo oil fo smart you know
that is it
so ntaka wala fo Gambia Nyawuru 2026 wala mu Gambia no sa to level Nyawuru ni after banko ay tune 2026 yalo mo la fo 2021 eto la America ka UDP la bari baje bi mo be ko mo re ngay mo be ko mo banka UDP da mal
wala nan men ko wala mko in 2021
ya nyapi o mo furun kan o danfato
Uh-huh.
Only
It,
Venkala is very good.
yeah.
Venkala, you won't
It's the
believe that
vocal
these people.
minority. It's the
Mm,
vocal minority versus the silent majority. All for 2021. I don't
yeah.
tell you no man kate kaso gaje because ita ko kate kaso le win. Iman kontan. Banku dingol man kontan. Iman se o foi fa kalo ka fo nyule mbata ndele man do ko
Ngo,
keno.
ngo,
Sai wo ku
ni
kili wala
atula.
ita ko man sakunda mo be do ko la je wol be mu opposition ol.
Anu ni ko ito le karta win la 2021. So why
Ha.
are they focus on member drive? Ni member drive ni ata
Ha.
member ni to le at
No
least
mo
ko
e ko
member kana photo.
tada.
Ah,
Tumatada to nyata
so
bulu. Bari
sa ni to
ba
le
no ba
example
ba
so
intimate like ba
exact
family intimate la what? Nga
exact
foi wala ko dictatorship is in this country.
yeah. Yeah, but we will never allow that now. Dictatorship in Gambia again. That those days are gone. You know. Ya jame what man sa what la Gambia ko tang I'm telling you. You know, mobile fa but dictatorship never again, never again. Or nata murra lang Gambia ko tang. You know, iba akela le kamol tora ni kamol sila ni kamol ares on sa are fongol bar ko men ka mum dictatorship Gambia ko tang. No 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 nyaawol. Masat na men bo sa mol ng Gambia ko tang, no. Yeah. That
Ne
will never
ala
allow.
sonde.
Or not
Ne
allow.
ala
Or ya wuri Gambia airport do fanga dama dama aning jana poro to corruption non fambo to nyawri o fanga nyawri poro to mol boto wol tilo wol ni million la ka se su kon nyawri wol ko min to
wor go
ha
wala nan ko sisla. Wala nan ko sisla.
yes
Jam men kante jakale. Men katara mol nyati la every day they see people collecting our money.
yeah
Ibuka di amol. So ni na ta si kay nyati wandi dingol la melbe sirin dula kilinto. Wala kante dimi. Adun taka men ning ala ni kilate ba. Ya den tol. Ndaka interface to le ndem politician ndem mo be ndem UDP am synonymous with UDP. Ndaka men soto nin data central bank coming attention oto mbuka so you know why?
yeah
Même budget the leadership ki aitan la ko jan do ko le mol be si
yeah
jan gambe dingol be kantan
mo
to
be
nya ko
ka
to le
yeah yeah
regardless of report party member
anda ka wol nyaw yeah
Hallington party or United Democratic Party wado ninna accounts or ni doxon le diligence from the treasury ninta they stand on it and make so ko ngana funds also in our accounts on time
yeah and it should be
other
like that
government departments will ndol buko also so wo ku kili wona atindante
yeah
ndata fona wol jawara adu ta men fo nyul ndeka wala audit report read le ngekol tar read
yeah
so muneketa nata auditing budget adun jang angalel ka fo men folem ko if you believe that some people are doing this that is not in line with the system there is something called forensic auditing adun forensic auditing you must have certified fraud examiners
yeah that's
or
right
forensic accountants certified fraud examiners or forensic accountants how many forensic accountants do we have in this country how many
yeah
fraud examiners do we have in countries that who are certified. And if you want to start that, you cannot start with an SOE or a department under a government entity when the entire government system, all the ministries have queries against them.
yeah
It's either an advanced audit report or a disclaimer report.
yeah. But Baro found out that audit report is just people's opinion. So man some fan ko
No.
vital for man serious corruption kela nyawri.
So what
You know?
the
Exactly, yeah. You
Mol
know?
mele ala ko.
Yeah, yeah. You
Ika
know?
ika
So that means
call public la bansa kunda asset
that
mo.
means you know is encouraging corruption, you know? By the audit report ika for people opinion all this. So that means ika ita ni mo ko corruption okay. And all the kang Gambia, you know? Now, ubang ko abala fa war batal nyawol I'm telling you taka wara do
Atabita
ndeka
ko
sila fo wara do nka sila fo nka fo ko Gambia malo fo ala be kamparing kanne ba banko ba you know because I
anyanda
don't
ka
nyawol
nyimin ka
you know
sisla
wala wallahi you know
anyanda ka nyimin ka bi on ka nyimmen foyte ngo
yes
jannete be kutundi ngo fala suwo ko ne ka jato tuje o be fe ala mol
exactly yeah yeah
when people many alon ko eta ka nyimmen for people are here they are indicted in reports imi hani jana commission
just
report ate baro la
like
tabulo kamba
it's just like Gambia police force you know because Gambia police force now there ajibe ni ala mata je ni drug squad be ajibe usual one back e kawlo mure burek ila yes on mile 2 but ajibe last time ngamra wason Gambia
exactly yeah
wason
yeah
Gambia
yeah
wason Gambia men seven ngamra drug law enforcement ye drug ko mure tara fake one o jani so o drug ko ni
ha
say
wol
wolle
ya sa ngani men foy
you know yeah
ngani men foy it's like nyinem point do ni mol ni back soul mutay all prosecute
I know yeah
Jan drug law
Philip.
enforcement agent
Okay,
only
no.
drug dealer
Okay,
ba lo mo
banda
be.
keda. Banda keda le. Banda
Ibebe
keda. Jwana banda keda.
baburi mo le
Huh?
ko banta ketala o stop of cocaine ale.
Yeah. Why is banda keda from? Banda
Where
Jwana from banda
is
keda.
banta keta? Why is
Yeah.
the stock of the cocaine?
Yeah.
Where it
Because
is? Abemi.
because cocaine jangwati na Gambia. Banda keda bori. Atulmang Interpol fengalia for ko banda keda is wanted. But still now banda keda mo who is banda keda. Banda keda mo muda.
Sai.
Ndaka me fue no
Labe
banda
dinin
keda
kala question kuline.
banda keda we state house le banda keda is I state house.
I want you to give me an honest opinion.
Mhm.
Central Bank.
Yeah.
Ni be ko do mutilate la wala mutilated not all member da ni ba janila.
Wow.
E ba destroy la NIL katara jail.
Yeah.
Police all katara jail.
Yeah.
Ministry of Finance katara jail.
Yeah.
And in other key components all maybe man sakunda la representative ol kana jele jani be exercise wol kalo sa na tol ka funi wol ko bondile e ka recycle system ko foni wondo man sakunda la ning agent sol be kamel kije wol be jeba.
Exactly. $1 million question.
No, it cannot be destroyed without those people.
Yeah.
And when it is destroyed, those people are always present.
And
And
now
if a president send a representative to a meeting,
yeah.
and that meeting is found wanted, then the president is part of it.
Now melok mo kundi amra fake money me ka foten ka jan ndi amra buka jan because nga masakunda ka kiple because
Ah.
nyao the last time na mafong la badi
Natia
fanga sol ko
wafila, natia wafila.
ye fanga sol the fake money di masakunda
What fair
so
money make this year? What I mean,
abara min dollar yeah
I mean,
dollar for it
for 150 million fake money.
exactly wala ko buka jan
So
buka
if Mansakunda itself is using fake money,
money what about
why will you accuse
yeah
a staff of the central bank of doing this A, B, or C?
ne ndaba jam Nyawuru UK jang ha
Uh-huh.
UK jang government they fake money use that go last time jiwe jang na prime minister mo kana protest la jang protest la jam comme ko me kam pak jang Gaza len ko ni
Uh-huh.
so prime minister former prime minister ya police commissioner ko mala ko kana permit di ni le protest o kai ko ite man kende aka ko la yeah police commissioner kai man kende aka ko ite sentes intel do go fonde ite sa fonde kala anu what police on yaka ko Nyawuru police they have to be independent
Ngo, ngo, ngo.
yeah
For container man do man kiri container.
exactly abwaka de container ha o container
Ale,
kilo le ale exactly saya aje Gambia kilo fata nje Nyawuru so kilo fanga bona min dola
ale.
o kilo kama min dola o container kilo ni
Nga wol to poe namo.
ay ka fo kili bitiko mi bakaw ma fa na sare na ma fa ka fo kili bitiko abwaka de wala kili bitiko kilo wa da it's crazy Nyawuru obango dal to
This is what I'm telling you. Ngo, eka poor people all the button.
I know
Because
I know
eka poor people all button. Nenga ni men voice isla. Kidi container nata jana ye manta. Cocaine container kata jana ye manta. Yalo wol mu in billions of dollars leti. Billions of dollars.
ning Nyawuru airport re kayin kolowenta molbulje 25 kolowin kata because you got to
Security for Akatabinto, who can tell me where it is going? At the end of the day,
yeah.
no, sister. It's a distraction. Guided the wall, but it's central bank. What are they in Karo?
Yeah.
Ninkaro. Ela salary se problem also no solve la salary soto on that. Because central bank nala furia be.
Yeah.
The governor and the people are trying to ni aje buka mol bikela kulolo central bank la sabu.
Yeah.
Ni chanta salary la watu wolle kata ke salary joe on their behalf. So sa bi ni da sidango eta ka agent ol kidlat wol kata ko di mutilated destroy ni ta ko kodo ka distract ka recycle won ta fo da bijel so police ol fo ka mo investigate ye fo investigate ito ka men kije wol beje wo ka ke woto wol nyala e ka mo investigate
last time ngamo state house Fatuma Babaro akala kolole Mr. State House because ko di ba ko ka travel State House over 3 million men ka taraje So ikai
Aha.
al-Quran wol sama al-Quran ko la fo gol be kali al-Quran fo mo mat la ko duma ya protocol do faram bota la ambe ba ke no so
Yeah.
fatu ba ko ko min to la ko min sama state house ba ko ka pagje where is that money coming from fatu ba la foundation
Sisla aja
ala foundation of is corrupt
sai.
that's
So ko nindol fama nyolu I manta nyimbanko kay manke banku ni
banku
woti.
don exactly yeah exactly
Why will people treat each other like that and they set
kama
each other up?
eka vote nyaware wala Gambia fu aro le botaka you know ya me ya ko iman
Anin
service
dol tiya tene mandin kol dingol mel bota nyim bolon kon.
yeah
Bara be ndamal le be nyo hasidi akelola.
yeah yeah yeah
Because Buamu Mandin called the Allah NPP political kana wala de mola banko la kuo kono because it all feigning political baby je barole Buanati. Bua is doing a little bit better. Sidin
yeah
Keta is not comfortable with that.
yeah
Kelebe kele kono they will score all scores.
yeah
Ablabe nung IG ala awade dia Minister of Interior baro bitan nata keta IGT
in a
dia mo
serious
be si
country
ali
for in
kelebe
a
kele
serious
kono they
country
want
for
to
Sidik in a serious country for Sidik that shouldn't be our IGP you know because
ah
I borrow sister like futu yeah so
conflict of interest.
that's nepotism you know yeah
Is conflict of
yeah
interest.
exactly
And in a
so which
serious
is very
country,
yeah
a
yeah
minister that fails to tender
yeah
the budget to the Gambian people within the specified 60 days before the end of the year
yeah
should not even be wait for anybody to sack him. He should resign.
yeah yeah
So no one other be woka for ko mole ko ebe mole normal. Bua futa nyonya do ko ke IMF le bua futa nyonya anene do
I
ko
know
ke dal menta ko do men soto e mondo sa balu no 5 fa na tara amma tinya. Do you
ana
know how much
eka
IMF people?
bwala chelon for ni wala fa a nyong mandin ka dingol lebe duma wala men ka
Wala be
fight
caring.
yeah yeah
Wala be caring. Wala be talking police. If you can like about
yeah
central bank for can make
yeah
so the
yeah
kuru
they
at the
use
latter
Khalil
mel la mel
yeah
ba la success protect kan. I sako ni bota badi buma ho ye ke jawoti.
I know nobody guy
Ni bota
nobody
badi
will
boy bana kiya do rete be do ko la man sakunda to.
ah
Mol be taraje le kal kede ka be so ka bodi wala nan ko ni banko la problemo. Man din kol ni
yeah
surwal. Surwal be surwal kele la dorong. Man din kol be man
yeah
din kol kele la dorong.
yeah that's true that's the
At the
fact
end
you
of the
know
day, I'll be like a 4 year, I'll be Casara, I'll be in
true
Palazzo, I'll be at the Cisco, and I'll blow for the Ninga London.
example
More be Tilimbali ala
example
Mola
je
Nimbango. The Bankola
wala
Nafulo
ke
Emblem,
kan
Casara, I'll never Tilindinga.
wala ke kan sa baro man sa kunda kono je fula jelle be je man tara tribalism ke kan bara jibe rek ay man din ko be bay anaka men be employee sa la man sa kunda kono je be jibe ha so ya jama style wala be mur kan nan Gambia ni tamu UDP
Honey,
de rek
I'm
Gambia if you are
100%.
UDP ni mu UDP de Gambia is a crime why
No, even if what area to make UDP ka win is a crime.
call for it exactly why
Honey, what
you know
area to UDP ka win that is a crime.
ya jama style wala mur kan nan because ya jama was doing
Yeah,
that so
definitely.
baro fanan call mur na men ba baro call fire people like Sidin Jajon you know na ba from Nyawuru ni Senegal le ti amira Sidin Jay se ken la deputy speaker ha Sidin Jay melo da ko baro de kala Gambia baro borta tara Senegal bi wala kana si ka akan to la luada come on man ni Senegal la wodi wan yinte kala ma Sidin Jay tara signed out never tara mile tout le man a serious country you know
Like a serious country.
billa
Sa
wala
entolo.
you know
Ilafta mungamude ke jimbanko ka because more mele alonko. Equate kala nyimbanko ka itete jara jambe state of
exactly
emergency dunla.
exactly
Equate man faham like Dr. Sise. Eko you are clueless.
ah
You will let it go. More
sabale
mele
ko
na ko equate mu kera mal dibe kera ka fo
ah
mol le kono. You will
karen
let
ka
it go.
fo anu sawel ko ako baro is a drug dealer o audio be mol bulu jane ako baro is
Of
the
course.
biggest drug dealer
So
in the
how
country
that overnight people have three tongues in
yeah
their mouth.
exactly you know that guy is a
Nyimbanko ka.
disgrace
Wala tanko.
sawal
Solution.
madila kiyang kolle lan dol fara la bari muta
Only
fara
girl.
now now
Jenye
you
dia.
sabi and the blog la kon daga expire weed la sawa kon daga expire weed la sawa ngai
Ah,
bile mo fara biri ye
jenye
muta
dia.
kabiri ya muta ngako do kiai atara risi ma fanya ko expire weed ko do la nyinde ole fa ngai ko bile mo fara biri ye muta ngako do kiai atara risi ya jawr jawr mo kala fi diaw la fe be mo lingol jola ha no ngam baro nga nyaka
Cover,
sawa
cover.
Huh? Sister, sister, okay, welcome.
Nyawuru ye kiafu na Saturday so ko far babaro ye kiafu na brother today.
Ego nga jadi.
Kan na brother fen babu na yo jindi lo wala Gambia fembe jira wada mo be be la fudo sikala.
Sister ya jela le Nyawuru. Ah jela le mbesirin tanika. Ngol jola.
Ya ye jenke na brother ye jenka re bas na brother la telephone ko no kulosi bal bi je
No,
na yo
Sawal is very ungrateful. That man, ah, billah wala Sawal bari ube bloku jema.
Nyawuru fo be la fudo sikala re Gambia.
Bari
Sirinjay.
ube bloku jema na Sawal la.
Guy na koto ke ime nyadi.
Sirinjay, you are welcome on board. I am not saying Sirinjay NPP there. Sirinjay UDP. The Secretary General of the Youth KMC.
Sirinjay UDP. Engkala diamond lang, ngawat lang ah. Engkala audio lang.
Farma na jomma kamalan de la broda bulala de.
Nyawuru
Naam.
ko ay fatante la broda mayamay aka mol men ki na broda ka pour na broda kala bala lo ka kala expose na broda ba expose la because amantara ku kende keka yalo memo nko ngaji la tata mitunga ka foko ha tulente muta bati momo ke alale oke
Mala je, molbe badara tabe dong la. Fatma baro. Faka bloko.
I see drong for 2026 akema mile tuntele be konton ni simoni dasa mo dandan namaji ibulaje ye fengo fen kunu ibabe fono la 2026 na dia altalla monso ni tol yamro banko muy talti wala o membe sirin jiya be nyankata ndo mo state sa amera ko abe sirin wodula men tabe tula to fo faw ay siji nga ya jembe mo ne ndi barbe mo ne klata la wala be jewi yalla ya jembe tat nu ngata ta kanala de atata hani janni jang election o be bolala drombe be dula be mutala tata hani janni jang ya jembe kanata barata ta kanala
No, yeah.
kitin la
JJ Buchanan understand. The leadership should know one thing when it comes to law. Anything as the president of the republic, anything that happens under your watch, and you seeing all this corruption you're talking about is under your watch. All this nepotism is under your watch. All this killings, insecurity is under your watch. And you are not doing anything about it. You are not taking your stand on issues because corruption or indictment by actions or by omission. In law, by omission, people should understand this. The presidency should understand this. By omission, they will hold him accountable for all what happened in this country. It's unfortunate.
Baro is going to prison. No doubt about it.
Manko wa lundol wa sigata ziso se moy ne daka bi lu fe hew dafa doy wa ne di dañu nekk fi di topalante di xeexalante rek do len nango liggéey fekk yeena ngay gis lo xamne da ngeen ko bëgga wara watane do len ko de wat daka bi yaahuna ne di mënu ñoo amaat sen dunda when the basic necessity of this country or the members of this country becomes a luxury in their life, that means that this country is doomed. Now our basic necessities have become luxury for others. Lolu moy yaba bi nañ wax lolu non te xamna ne ni ya ngay gis everyday ñoo xamne ñuy yobu xaliss lima doon wax ci gatal fini so topé gaay central bank di wal li ak la man lima gis central bank is the only institution lo xamne amul segregation pour ñun opposition because lu gaay day am fofu lolu lañ day am luñ fa soxla su nekké is services that they render to people, they render to us like that. Te ñoom xamna ne ñi bu ñëwé lañ jëgala raglé salaire yu ñu para fay nawet buñ oyé Sénélec xaalis yu war a fay yëpp central bank koo fay di leen leb xaalis pour ngeen isimaalo ak yeneen yëpp ñun def nañ suñu investigation xam nañ ne loolu mu ngi xew doo leen wax loolu di gërëm central bank su nekkee ministre bi moom dafa tardé pour table even our budget 60 days before the stipulated time boo xam ne constitution bi loolu la wax loolu leen xaa toppante waaye li ma wax mooy ne dëkk bi luy problème bi mooy soose yi ak olof yi ñun ñooy problème mooy ne olof yi ay toppa olof yi fii soose yi di toppa soose yi di report rek di wax boo xam ne amul njëriñ xee si biir xee kele be kele kono soo amataa kii o am ngeen pro o yow place am nga jël o sam bokka place boobu la nekka yow ngay liggéey si ronu koko luy downfall am rek loolu ngeen a liggéeyante because lu ñoo gis nii lépp central bank suñoo yaa xaalis o suñ ko laka mutilated note sini department bu nekk dafa am foofu representative muy NIA muy security agencies muy government agencies like ministry of finance su nekkee ñooñu ñu ngi recycle ko kon government bi yëpp a nekk di recycle dara waaye lu ñoo investigate si loolu waaye ñoo xam ne fii amee nañ 600 million loolu ëppalolu because ñooñu kumba yu am ndey la ñi ñoo xam ne ñun suñ maasi la si kaw gi leen jógee kiyam fi bari bu fi ak ñoom kawru kuntawru dañ leen a toppa di leen bugga dugal si yoo xam ne ñoom ñoo xam te man waxuma ne kii moo def lii kii deful lii pour mu leer soo leen ko dem nettali du bañ ñu nettaliwaat ko waaye li ma wax ne balaa ngaa sooy wax bu géeja bi nag nete tuwaan fa sooy wax bu géeja bi nete tuwaan fa what is $50,000? What is $100,000 compared to people who are eating millions of dollars? What is $100,000 in front of $35 million? $35 million. $45 million for the airport renovation. Who could only
$160 million.
$60 million. More than the motor member is worth more than $50,000. The internet is bad because the country itself is bad.
But
because we don't even have our own gateway. The internet is as bad as the country. So what I'm going to let us look at the picture. Look at the people who want to Minister Nimbuale problem also sort it out. If Sidi Mutar has a problem with the former IG and they were friends before, let them sort it out. If they have a vested interest in this issue, let them sort it out. But let them not make young people sacrificial. Central Bank go to the open and declare what you know. It's better than hypocrisy. I don't like hypocrisy. I don't like witch hunting. When you see the biggest guy you should follow, that is the president and his family. Nobody is talking about it. Because these people, they don't have a father that is a vice president. They don't have people who are, that's why you're doing and saying all sorts of things, just to implicate and take their name to the mud. But 𝒕𝒉𝒂𝒏𝒏 kulo wa nyaro le fanankede. Ali ngatatro. Ika kudo mila na kairo di woka kela korol. Thomas, yara manyo dugal la sa yow. Bala nga neka kudwa Nyawuru. Thomas ki paske guy boy guy do de hamman ni dal boy haram manje ka dugal kuma sister bi abija
kakal na sister wala ni wa jeno
ela sisa kande bile bari baro yalo ko haninda fundira banta aka ko ko ela ni kono bay ni baro
baro ma hay na sister la de ma hay na sister wala na sister na binale ani forces Kabina Gambia, baro taraje, no?
Brother sister, ite Nyawuru la kampatan dia to ka batan dia atara ko tumpat dila na yang ko jay tumpatan dila apa nye taraje etu domoro le je dron ite etu domoro dron kay to ko domoro ke ba ka ya no kontenu mo kunyawo e ma jom buka bala soto because inta domoro ma wara bari ma to kono futo ja nyato ba ko mim bi sira kunna Nyawuru
mari video baro
wa fi dawda Nyawuru la mo ko
ga dala video baro baro friend wa
afele ninga kangol la fela tulo benna
Nyawuru
ba ko ko Gambia now la ya ba ko ka wa fi jeel ñun sula be ge Gambia ko ne je même be ka ba ko janoke Nyawuru ya be lo
Nyawuru on a serious note Nyawuru baro have to go man 2026 baro must go baro must go 2026
no abitale nka ko tata ma akata wala ay siya jibe nin Gambia no wol baye dankala ban ko every day nya bala internet to youth sol be complain la mol kam fon fo dam ma fo nyata ñu wasala la fo ngay ji mol la kuma kan fo nyata ñu silala la ji bari ñi nga giri di tali ito ko ibe 3 years le sile e buje ko 5 years yena 10 years o man kanye ko 15 years no ñi na giri di nes ma nya fonta fa inte jakande ñu ñom mo giri di ro because yala na me yilla ka be man se yala wala tinna abadal tala saya ama
fonkol le baba la jongol le baba wala ka ko ga fata e men ka ya jamela bay ma after 20
bari ma je wol ya jambe ko to
yeah wala bi
na ya jambe na man tal lor nga fa ngoy sa imalum fo be kedna fo ta keden ndibe men kala tala wala be jabi yala men ke ya jambe asi example ta ya jambe because min bebe ni ya jambe bala wala bata bala biya wala be kala dulal do bari yalo muna kono kalon ne men kayit
Bano ta Canada. Bano kan after election. Bano kan straight. Bano kan mile two le.
vitamin tole
Ganalo muso.
la vitamin
Ganalo muso. Straight to mile two.
waya mira way ko dal men be sal lajine mbabe kisi la
Brother Esa ni mbara.
babe fono la ko do ko yabe ma ba yamre na bital ina ta hani janninja baro ta en jona biko saka ta mile tole aka nyim fengol gambia la nyim fengol men beta abebe murundi la nan
Esa was there, but I don't know how come he is gone.
He's gone.
But Yangs is here.
Ila scream of one wait ala blank le sa.
Huh?
Ila scream of one wait ala blank le sa. Afa black out le
Even
wala
Jeka.
Gambia. Muge je de abe
Charles
ala
Jeka.
black. No.
Black.
Non te ba je kan ne no sis la
I
nimbara.
don't watch it can okay. What maybe in that side. Yeah. Esa
fana
ni.
de
Hmm.
mbuke jege
Guy sister fa ngodi ke kono ba no ani Adam Baro.
ya ka plato nyela wala jaban kay ko nyun ko na ba ya be ni adam barole bu ko la banko ko do tala ba kata be ko no be kilik
Am fana bal kondo na sis la nimbara no.
Ba no. Yeah.
Yakse ye mo la banko bulalle.
Dodlan. Guy Alex good.
Say good. Guy ye mo la banko bulalle na polo.
No, mina song.
Nyawri nimbara ko nyaadi.
Let's go versus Lou.
Say good.
Un minus un bia un halbi hinchit.
Aber mein Schwester hat gesagt, du hast große Bau wie Baro,
Oh, I just tried Arbeit.
Now the Jawan no more. You are like Jawan for Golwe Mala.
No, I don't know Bosnian, no?
Ini batawa yaksi.
Yes, mbe kondo na mbe na sister fa nan kondo na. Last time tell I call ke.
One day I have to go out because Muka Moja.
I can remember your voice.
Yes, I'm nga call ke nung Allah.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna Nyawuru.
Nta
Black, no screen is black. Out loud, I come back, but I don't know what's wrong. I don't see it.
Okay, they put me do number.
Nta ba je kan ne, you know.
But I don't know why.
Yeah.
Because nta man video activate online.
No, nta video activate. But Nyawuru no screen of is black. It's all black. I big gun black out. I don't know.
Okay. Nta ba je kan ne ma ja ba fengo.
Lafta findle for one fin dibla for your telephone. But
abala camera for ton kan ne, no.
Yeah, it's the diablo. Yeah.
Nyawuru sama yang private yawe
Nyawuru. And I want to contribute little bit. My lakataku mentioned last time Tuesday and political kacha in Kerfatu. I made a call there. Isa Damfa, you know. UDP young try count to do our effort in a contribution on the one men keno mba cheka ngalo nen nyaton kol jang la lonyol pabo aranyol libelori mbake kaje youth soul many alon ko sawar kaino si nyoma ko no nyama nyoma ko on debe appeal diaspora la men anuna groupol kono jante fanan kame so ko monsieur dol drop ke wolen ko mol men yalon ko ni stano registration ola ning voters card what all see let them go and them all fanan ko kame men yalon ko card holder lemu in diaspora na executive in the diaspora ya try yo consider it back kaje ko mol men be tubaab du janni men sake no private if you want you pruka ke pooling agents will to blal to tarin mole bo jam people will use that as opportunity kataka on the ground assistance kiji na executive because of be help because most no Gambia ila fa nyina barola man se ko da la fa nyina la ka mol suffocate kaje ko kabata kolende so e bajala ino ka mol bribe katani kodola especially menche kan dola kian science o science example ninta bota tubab du jam fendente bulu nyaaw nyaabo nimbota jang ndar na kordabe damem ma lota je ko pulin agent o membe jamma famala even UDPN ta yenke pulin agent o de motina no ya fo benta corrupt with money so ndebe advice dealer na da atol men fana ya long ko Nyawuru you are not far from the corridor there aliat fa you emphasize baake kaje ko no diaspora alial kan fa diaspora kan kaje ko nimmen ya long ko i faraman sata UDP long amanche ko nyin sanji kilim flole dunda UDP bodde bonify members of UDP and moli sutele ami sinano namol mako ka pulling agents around the areas be dawna anung mbeten lambe jayla you are always on the spot iman sila ibika sila anu mamre sila nasi sa fa ko da ko ni akoy ni barola ka mulong so but na broda keba fela nata nga fanam bula ensa ebi afana kay mom jata kese wulangal mati you know abigela
no
alama ala to sima bala ni jata kende you know endol dindol nyaato alma almela nyaato ko ngay banko bon
amin
baraka bake thank you nga Nyawuru kontong ani la panelist be ani mol million ko be juberola this is about the Gambia wati ni aje mol funtita drong amulon ta ko Gambia le en sula tol be nyim bankol min to jang la feta Gambia e fenso to min tambita wote oto bi ton la banko kam Gambia na falingo ketam bolu tardeleti Nemma ofono amulunta ko ete you are not too patriotic enough to see the light. Gambia la banko be alhalo minto kabon na health sector la na agriculture yanan na security jube security la fanna ba on tanga wala karambake ando ngado ko Gambia e o fanna la with impeccable character ngaji kile o naso sembo warta o fanna nyina bake. Inshallah. Wala kandi jama na diamo konon coming advocate wala mnyenti ko ni aja mol bebe bulo ko sila tuba police oli bi ko haya mol mutante ko no I think otherwise wala mnyenti ko manyanka police jayi ke tentu sakorin ko la ego massage regarding apprehension of criminals and perpetrator of violent offenders, you know. So januwo be kala police la do ko predominantly wala mnyentiko ka crime detect even before they even happen. Crime prevention on wala mwila do ko la mantra mo wallet. And jama police as an institution be banko kantem police has been politicized. Headed by my own brother, me along from Fangonai do work at the Gambia Immigration Department, Minketa Siri Turet. Ano ni nata antela daji ko be nyamin do wala fanabe dame if you deviate from that we see nothing but country. And ning ayatara opposition party wala fanan advocate taybe mimbe foka ni nata palaso nyento ni ma keku coming inyanta ka kenyame we should be talking just like we are talking today. This is all the more reason bring Adama Barrow deviate. Ako ala fitaka youth movement or law. Molna kuyata kabiro wato lanko. Ya jami na balimin na nite ko ibina wokela nimman diamo ya munta ko mbekela na afikol. Bari BB na bankoka nakarole ben na bankoka. Ando nakaro ni fo mbesa kata molel fata nyim bankoe. And one more ya bayo lel to come. O bayo the Komma government institutional tending civil servants. You have certain guiding principles. The General Order, the Service Rule, and then the Public Service Commission Act. Nyen state-owned enterprises will mill baby immigration act less or the immigration rule and then service rule tending the general order waleka samba nyato. But security labs is so mean baby caring is in efficiency, ineptitude, and then complacence of telling the truth. Kajubeko Gambia dengol nyanta ka tanka nyami man tanka wo nyama. Ando manyanka sugar coat Gambia dingol nyanta ka bonyin al halo to kafo kare mon terlet nen teriale moman nakisidi turala min tambitan tete
Of course, yes.
Moman doku kaya min tambitan tete because mbele doku ke dula kilim but nga jubele ko the deviation from what really matters to the people of the Gambia is not what is happening. So therefore, ning ayataran teka ming advocate ka for nga Gambia le kanu all si so nin CD ake nyanta ka for because nemma ke mbekela mo mesengol andun Gambia no lu be nyanta ka nyindaji ka sifala soto because BBBB ni ajube. Why do we need to clap for the police force ka for ko hire criminal or motale o criminal or me mutata they have caused an untold suffering and trauma in the hearts and mind of the people. Attack.
Definitely.
You know? Definitely. In the first place, if every security mechanisms are in place, but it, notwithstanding, the trajectory in securing our nation, internal territorial integrity, na national security, simply because we have a central government, it is undervalued and underfunding the police force, Bangkoka. So how do you expect the police operationally to do their job in response to crime? Crime so take combat nola, police la jomansia, policeman operational machinery so to in Sarakunda yeta respond to certain other crimes or crimes that are about to happen. This is why being a person who comes from the law enforcement aspect, no, we are not clapping the police. They did the right thing. That is within their job description. In fact,
of course, yes.
It is a huge lapse in our country. Restructuring nanyantakake and war restructuring at a kenola nemman political bonding na kuokon. We have to separate the institution from a political machinery na Bangkokan whereby molu milia lonko bigi because police has more than 300 graduates. The human resources there, the expertise, the skill set, and the technical know-how is there. But then is the political will be or the willingness of the people, Milialonko, they are at top management, giving chances to people, Milialonko, they have advanced way of policing. You also to purka o cool time and the pur banko eta I sudra I tanka motefala. As opposed to Mimbekirin na Bangkok and Saintente. So these are all the lapses that are happening in our country. And balafalem manfalin diroke nying fanna nying kanko bi. Moses sila suokono. Ya jeko moye na ye lafike fa. Walate kuja wake. Police are they are busy politicizing everything. This is why Gambia Bangkok and the draft constitution where trajectory kendole di Gambia. Me along at the end of the day, all the service sectors they will be independent. New worketa, Mansay all along, their jobs have been limited, and on the state institution where independence is. So why do they have to come up with another Barrow hegemony draft constitution, Mankamankunda 2024 draft constitution? You know, because Walker dictatorship warrant in Bangkok. This is why all the more reason. More in Bangkok and the likes of Abraham Silanyolan and so many other Nyulel Wurita can Jinko on the forum. Ka Bankola Kuo Wosi Ka Jubeko Yajame is a brutal dictator. But under this Adama Barrow administration, Mimbekerin Nanyim Bangkokang, Ngalong Nayaja Metumelanko over 250 something people I will find in Bangkok and Maralokoto. And Nibe service konos command responsibility e karande minna wala munyentoko mo moila maral fengoy be kontibola wala. You know? Of course. So in 2016 up to date somebody ayaja mela dead told the new mala and Adama Barrow is not the alpha and the omega of the country. Adama Barrow is one individual in our country. Mia Lonko ning aya fankanu. Adama Barrow would not even dream about running for third term na Bangkok. It's a disservice to country. It's a total shame. And the molu milima kanu iba bala. Molu milialong they have no expertise, no skill set, nothing, absolutely. You cannot tell me, folks, the 1997 Constitution, there is no term limit. Gambian tolnyanta kamalunying ala sifalale. Since 1965 up to date, almost 60 years in Bewale Baindika. Ntolmang term limit of Fangadundina constitution simply because more than Taniana, he attack a constitutional medal and ninganyem for the trajectory, the security concerns of this they will lead to a big destabilization of our country and the Malafiwala. This is all the more reason Adam Barrow should have a soul searching. I see a fanyininka. Nimufuari balete adambi bimufuarolet. But the Gambian Olia Bondi from the abject poverty to the state house of the Gambia. Imawasa honey sama ilafiraka fitino bondi na Bangkok. And this is all the more reason. Nen sita na platform otonka diamo minke. Wala mnyenteko. Dina dunke mole. Father Christmas can mole because Gambia mol buka sulo seletoje fona bejika. Adam Barole fitina bondi lati Gambia Bangkok ngai la hido min for foro kama mumuna ti ila la hido ya kubaka. But at the end of the day, you mean baby carrying a Bangkok. How do we miss the trajectory, the mark so low below our feet? Can you be Adam Baroka Mulu believe Nico? Now he is not only going for third term, but Adam Barrow is Sumanka Nabe Tambila. Gambia for Dinkiering Altegeba. And this is not about us and Adam Barrow. This is about decency, morality, dignity, service to country, integrity, patriotism. La fetaka bankole create meya lonko mama ringolu ndingolu wolbenala bari na police force jube monedira. The police is the most corrupt institution ever in the history of the Gambia, and I stand by this anytime. Hani IGP found in Nasita the same word Mukawale emphasized when he was Director General of Immigration. Because but at the end of the day, a conflict of interest, you being associated to the president, do you expect to be impartial? Police is underfunded. Police will book police will book respond to crime on time. You want to clap for the police just because they went and apprehend some other people? That is a shame. This is why I say no to that. You know?
Esa,
yeah.
Not to interrupt, but just to have an observation and contribute one thing. How can somebody who is underpaid, how can a police force that is underpaid, underfunded, ill-equipped, and corrupt, investigate people about corruption?
This is sad. This is why I told Kadulal Jube about my write-up. I just hit the nail on the head because more need to I know what they are and who they are.
There is a sad thing in this country, Esa. I am always reading your write-ups, and when I read them, I'm happy. You know what? People here they don't understand issues. They don't differentiate, and they cannot, like you said, they cannot detach the individual from the institution, and they normally doesn't separate that. Yeah. They'll always attach an individual to the institution, but there is ESA before the police, and ESA's attitude and comportment, behavior, and character should be in line with the principles that depicts his role in that particular department, like the immigration. All these government entities, like you said, the social security, the central bank, they all came into being through an act of parliament.
There you go. There you go.
They have the general order and the act that is their TOR, how they should comport themselves, how they should behave, who are they reporting to, and what they should do. Here and there, the dons and the do's of their particular office. Now, let me tell you this thing, and this is what is disturbing us. Now, at the beginning, we have a problem here. We have a problem with diversity. We have a problem with ethnicity in this country. People cannot see things that are right just because you are Fula, or you are Mandinga, or you are Jola, or you are Olaf. We are not seeing Gambia. We are seeing individuals and their tribes. But if somebody who is ill-equipped, demotivated, insecure, and very corrupt, how can you investigate people about corruption and you want to determine who is prosecuted, who is not prosecuted? Right. You don't have the mandate. It is not within your moral purview to do that. Because if you go, there is a saying in English, and I will always say this: in life, you have to appreciate to be able to celebrate, and responsibility comes with accountability. But here you see people who want to be responsible, they will never want to be accountable to people, but here still they want people to be accountable to people.
That
is favoritism. Atakenola nyimbanko kanko. Nganyele fonko kumbabu amde, kumbabu amunde. Nyimbanko la problemu manding call ni suwalet. Mba folale ngapo kotenke. That is that selective justice. That is the truth. Jan, niben to la yato. Esa ide ben to nyame be fokante. Bi don le bet sile tele be la ni frata ke piran nin kafuta. Iba fala ko ete imal la sidi mutana. Adu ite la fo benke sidi mutana. Yeme no sidi mutane. Wol man won way.
Allahu Akbar.
But point ni mu Cristiano te, e mu Muslimo te. Ndo la dino ko if you love your brother, you should tell your brother the truth. And you should work with him through the value and the value of death.
Nyawuru, you are on point. I think more be ofola milman esane sidi temolong. Sidi kabira ke superintendent notifam. Assistant superintendent kabira be oranko to ndana do ko kenyol. But Sidi knows me way more than anybody in this country because nga do ko kele. You know? So at the end of the day, hadama dungul nyanta ka tonyale fasa. Tonya for teria ninteria amanteria tinya, especially Bankola security la, because Bankola city is just the head. So Banko betaka nyamin teko na brother nyanta for recuse la. Oh, Mr. Barrow should do right by the Gambian people. I see the relief of his duty because the brain city nata, the amount of the crime rate mimbeje bila seleta katambi. And inata palaso within 90 days, ibe gauge la walla. That is a quarter. 12 months calendar year. Within 90 days, nimang impact bonding order, it means you are not the guy. So at the end of the day, manyanka badia jube nyindula tonko karile beje abetente, yet still crime rates are going higher and higher. Who is going to be next?
Now, for Malo, whether you are following me up during the beginning of my program, Ablai, hate him or like him, at the first quarter of his appointment as IG, he has attended a very wonderful landmark in the reduction of crimes, reform.
That's it.
That is the ceiling. So it is unfortunate for Sidi's tenure. It has coincided with all these bad things happening.
Sidi
and
has the
if anybody loves him like the way we love him, he should excuse himself. Is because no one day is conflict of interest. Your in-law is the president.
From a point of view of me being an individual, Milman Long and Milman Zidulot, they will say, "Oh, Esa has a personal beef." No. It has nothing about personality.
Ensa, look at this. You're talking about this toothless bulldog act that this toothless bulldog act they call the Gambia Anti-Corruption Act. There was an anti-corruption act since 2012. It was there. They say it was draconian, but they were able to have at least something to start work with. At least if the things that are draconian, they can ignore that. But the ones that are not draconian, they can start using that. From 2012. They've taken this bill, this so-called Anti-Corruption Act, to the National Assembly for 4 years. It is within their toiling, roaming the National Assembly. It cannot come out because they were trying to tailor its suit to favor President Jammeh and his ministers. And I can tell you for free, this act is the worst act ever enacted in the Republic of the Gambia. It is a toothless bulldog. Even you bring the best commissioners, the best lead councils, they cannot prosecute anybody and find you want him because of the law, how it is formulated, how it is written. It is not written in the best spirit and not in the best interest of democracy. It is written and tailors it for Barrow and his people and his cohorts.
Thank you very much. You got
Imagine
it. You
their
right on.
constitution that they are drafting now. This head money that you talk about, the Mankamon-Kunda head money constitution drafted by the cabinet,
Right.
Barrow and Attorney General Jallo, Dauda Jallo.
Yeah.
How can you say when senior government officials, parliamentarians, judges and magistrates, when they are appointed, they should declare their assets? And after leaving office also, they should declare their assets for corruption issues. But you exonerate the minister and the president. You say ministers should declare their assets before they will be appointed, but not after when their appointment is terminated.
Yeah, abe banko de njawiyade.
Because if you do that, if we are given office and if you are appointed, that is the time you have the opportunity to be corrupt, to amass certain wealth illegally. That is not in line with the Public Finance Act, not in line with the Constitution of the Republic. So now, if after that you are exonerated from declaring your assets, what are you telling people? That you are there, you want to appoint people, let them be corrupt and nothing will be done about it? But other government officials, if they are appointed, they should be scrutinized and controlled. But for your ministers and yourself, you should be exonerated from any illegal thing that you've done to amass wealth. Are we a serious country?
Wale nyimbanko tinya Nyawuru, in the sense that selective justice, mol milialon kong ngeje, be mol dolta nge exonerate, nga fuarol hani etay join dingo mutawol bulu ye ko be nyapila.
This is the issue. This is the issue I have them with this central bank. Recent central bank is unko. Ni recent central bank is to animal dahan the $50,000. Ja $1 $3
Kodibal
some of the people talking about the deal $3 report only. If a Kododi Kela Muto Element $100,000
exactly.
So this boys that are in this central bank and they are governor, they just want to make those sacrificial lambs. Men kasara santo eka men safia men katara duma obuka ke killing the esa jambanko ka wolenya.
Exactly. But in Banko kan eteninte animo jamalo milia lonko, we see the other side of the aisle, you know, thinking outside the box. Eka molle muta kontrolle mbanko jawo ding jawote moman Gambia kanu mintam bitande. But momo nata Gambia banko ka eko ibe batara yake laka waro lunyata biti ke kunami tente wote kela na banko ka. Because in draft constitution 2024, had toilet paper, what if I'm fisiatat? A manyanka pass in the Bangkoka. Simply because it's not for lawyer Dabo, it's not for Adama Barrow. It should be for the common interest of the Gambia. And the common interest of the Gambia, Munati, the 2020 draft, Munati na Gambia non kalafi tinyari bambalola. How can you reconcile to yourself? You blow 116 million on a document. No, woman better alingana kutamada. Anyon tilimbali ate keri na banko kang sulo seleto birabe selekang eka inyantaka akwala pare nabe jila muna man draft constitution 2020 nati be pare sa eka 1997 constitution na won in 2024 eka wollel kunta kintolien tol kompata ol fulol bela. Gambia dingol yela kodo investment kam. Ali o murundi nang is as simple as that fitino bang dola mo nyinati. So the main mastermind of crime in our country, walam Adama Barrow na la multi because he lafita ke fang impose nkanne andun tata mamanyang kela nyembankoka. It doesn't have to be in the constitution. Constitution moral documentality, but it mari la decency, la morality, and ila vow yemen di Gambia dingol la walla nyan nyanta ke George walla.
What is that? Ateka fanne fon, ateka fon le contradict. You know why? That position of a president should be given to somebody with the highest level or the highest impetus of morality, the highest caliber of integrity, the best human Gambia with the best sense of humor, that should be the president of the republic, because you are not serving an individual. Ako akabanko la mola intersafa. Kabrate lafta ani Usain Dabo isi ako Gambia Force. When it is Gambia Force, I'm advising you, Mr. President, to please, honorable, don't run for third term and do the honorable thing and leave office. Because you know what? Yalo mandin kol kanyim fole. Kudori kamina umwila kairoti, wotela kairoti.
I bet disgrace la nyim banko kambake hani pe ya
Nama buda be nyim membe ki kay ba fala ko etela mo alfati etela mo galdi etela mo dindi ni la fasilobe mol ko te bale kum faya kun Allahu alam ala be marade ko bela ala le ko bel londat
yabate bale mo nyente ka jube ko Adama Barrow of all people kana si molie ite keba ba sanje taworo nim fengi ye o soto e man fem fono molie ko ha ne man ron na pati be fale ite man ke banku din kendoti e man Gambia you know
Esa brother esa membeje walam ko this is very very clear to Gambians bon danga menje walam ko ama Adama Molmen ba sukusukan people behind him wali alon neko world hani korda kanto ita kala daro in my compound ita korda kanto laje because certain documents bije ya ni be file you have to read it and there are people behind him they cannot read and understand so wali alon neko ita domoro keno la daro for Adam Barrow like masakunda kono so obviously people like Dusano Molmen yalon ko become malo it became miracle misilme dingol
wallahi
Dusano is malo banta Dusano balala ka pinti kadiam ikamunta ko nying yebo Dusano ita Mamad Sabal la contribution odunda Mamad Sabal nte wala be ay ko Sabal transfer tata ko nakko do ajo ndanga Sabal personal ndanga ka ko ntama modol bar la contribution ni la nga screenshot ay fa nga kia ala Facebook and agel ngana supervise ngana transfer him because la kai nako nima nako do because you are faking ibe mo fake kan
that you can
otumo ibe mo yellow susu kan nako do abe ata nyawnya iba murun nan kan ni ma murun ni kan la cre sadin so mo le bala ma sakunda kono men yalon ko they have no
moral integrity over table.
They have no morality. You ibe konti la liye konti te banna. Lusano nyol be wala kono, Henry Gomez nyol be wala kono, Momod Sabali nyol be wala kono, Alamin Cham nyol. Those are Ibrahim Silla nyol. These are the people's many along ko. Ntol ni tol si jan Ibrahim Silla katara radio lelto.
Anim doctor of misinformation. Anim minister of misinformation.
Fenga yina fatola Ismaila si señor suntutura nyol. These are all the people spending along ko ya jamela last year solia they are crying they are crying for Gambia ko Gambia be ting ab Gambia tinyatal bi muslime dingo ite ko wuluta muslime ala kono from Muslims ila wulula kendol yina te fo kumola abe fente fo dunia naflo
wallahi
program do kata nga Nyawuru Komma ataka nga call la political culture nga Nyawuru hadama dingo ka wasa ite ala hakilo dila ay ko dila ay 5 common sense dila 5 common sense ni nyanda ka fero ke fo sembo lemba fo la fero lemba ka balu ite ime niola fenka bari ye jiko sembe ya sela ya sembe hadama di wala ni mam fani afo imam kuma soto balofo imam kuma ko mira la banko la ite ko ite be balula wala nya ate la banda te kekula because they are running mem esa there's only one thing men can disturb me a lot tol mo jama be tuwa do jam people we are living good on buka sino no nde kuki ne kante disturb mal fo Gambia nol Nyawuru atul membe Gambia je fo nyin kante affect nyama katul fana affect wala nya that is if I'm saying Sidrinjai guided by our security force if I'm saying Fabakar Tomonjata guided by our security forces they want to have a private security protection. Will they make it? How are you people feeling about it?
feel equally so petrified. I am so bewildered.
We are even not only that, we are more than vilified.
Yeah.
What I want to tell you that how can a serious government assign cronies bodyguards and withdraw bodyguards for magistrates?
No, this is unbelievable.
Morality and decency to teach
you withdraw bodyguards for magistrates and you give it to cronies.
Yeah.
No, if a serious government come, Sidinja will be because Sidinja I prosecute because I think it is kind of military company. This is treason. Because
in the state of impasse Gambia Bangkok and Dela Muso atra kono bale bala or fanandingo fata or wato le kono. Sidinjai is a bad citizen of that country. Ndebukan kangoji walankawa fodula belela. You know, because these are people, criminal or multi-million lonko, they should be between 2 by 2 cells. But those are number 3, number 4 in our country, thanks to a very incompetent man, Adama Barrow. And Adama Barrow hana danta jang science thing. Abe prosecute lale Adama Tesino la Gambia because Adama la lack of action. Corruption scandal FIFA bele keta Adama wate ben tirendo atamunta ko
the worst of them as happened in his household.
That is it. Yeah, this is why mbebula riaja mekoro nte esa ninga kuja woke mansa kundanya ntaka prosecute le nimfama yake the same thing. This is why nga lual soto lual kumayata bankokonola and within a society ne luati ji nyinsidi njanyol nila molo moltita nga nyapika because imam mola masi but lual kumayata bankoka wo lua ni beje eta nyanta respect la nim violation o keta e kana pedophile ke mol milialon ko repisolu e be la man sakunda kono. They don't empower women, they are violating women every day and night. Eta yet still Enyantaka distant world.
Gambia is the only country where people are rewarded
for bad
positions, high positions in society for doing bad to the Gambian people or for being very corrupt. And when they are indicted in reports, instead of you being serious to have justice for people, those are the people you just look up to and you have minions that you appoint in positions just for political patronage.
No, Nyawuru, because Nia Gibe about incident or a lot of incidents are happening lately. But the problem is, I'm a mole upon a OIC summit, Toyota Prados, invents a lot of money, millions of dollars. Science and the Talantalela MPP call the tema few executives, few top hierarchies. Talantala wall the tema. This
Nilasa corruption rokel. Yakilin di barin dola. Yedo di barin dola. State vehicles.
Yeah, these are the wrong things of our generation in our country.
Yekodota mentara million keme woro. Ya di ibarinde wala waya marandi Mauritania no bulu. O Mauritania no go business or run la. Aman menyim banko ka wale be responsible and finance. Iko ite mo fo ikata fendo fontole another department, another place. Ya brantol a we on tol ngamuneke alala. Nin country as a country ngamuneke alala.
Well, Nyawuru, Gambia as Gambia a young population like Gambia the size of less than Delaware, the Rhode Island and in Delaware and Tola America. But at the end of the day, Dankole be Gambia Bangkok in the sense that Gambia mu Bankutimi alongo 97.4%, almost 98% ikoi pangoko etol musiratal mustaki masilo leti milka dino fasa dina bunyari mpa baritonya fo kumaranke yata o banko ka me along at the end of the day kam nyimma sibol peje dina te nyim banko ka me along ko ye corruption or promote dina te nyim banko ka ye bad behavior promote bari at the end of the day pour ka je ko nyin daji ko jawol mil bebe kerin na banko ka e ka nyaton ka jellal dube mil ya lonko e kam fasa Islam la dino la and Christianity la dino ba nyin dina fulol they have been in existence since time immemorial. But come to think of it,
instead you celebrate, they want to look for things for you. Ibe mirror ibe tebdun la kuol koronyadi ibe do kula nyani ibe do spiritually how they will fight you just to make sure that you keep quiet.
These are the things because look at the police. Our police cannot perform above and beyond. Honeybee, Hanisama, I am on record. I will say it more and more. The police, the community policing is all zero. It's lip service. You have to talk the talk and walk the walk in the sense that central government yantaka motolu pample every station at least 2 vehicles yataraji. The police will empower in such a way that police only ye da bondi politics on police corrupt ye be X out from the service. Can make sure on institution olu anyanta vibrant lale. The vibrancy and the reputability of an institution lies in the person me along the lead la. But police obey mira to fight for corruption atarateman tawalo soto wala salary from is far less than a quarter of criminal or abamotaka minna. Kahomari bribe asoneatale. And fighting corruption has to begin from Mr. President Adama Barrow na Bangkoka. Because Adama Barrow symbolizes corruption in our country. Either by nature, by association, prima facie evidence.
Or
by
default.
Yes, prima facie evidence as a leader. Ila maralo kototende nyimmin bebe kering you just investigation or sometimes if you see it is damning, you look at your personality. That is the fourth wrong. Because Adama fahamuroto amanketa. Karamoto is zero. Aning kuningo anin tamu tenting. Adama malate sita mundole nying angalterde. But maybe angalterla hilo to mountain side so the wulo kono countryside. Maybe ate sita wala mutakominko nene tamatala pari. Puro Adama ye yaka banku kendo lako bankolu tata evolve ta nyaming. It transformed ta nyaming puro Gambia ikeo nyama. We have not gotten that yet. So this is why fellow Gambians and friends of the Gambia, it's not about Adama Barrow. Adama is just the last. We are looking at the trajectory, the future of the Gambia. Puro anyanta tarla alhalomi because 2016, bring the Gambia's brutal dictator, the Africa's worst dictator, bring a bondi. Nko maybe in Kanata Lesani. Working on all our gains and democratic process have now you will benefit a Komma. Malafika murunyin daji kasifa kono just because of one individual. Wena I lafika stin na Bangkoka. Nko Tonya Adama is almost 7-8 years along the line. Saying atapane moju be ala patio kono ate boje lafita wole enshrine in our constitution ay taraje pare. Nakarobe dami wala tina religious leader penyan takawul. Ka tande Adama na mole ko almo fitinang tungal tinna Bangkoka.
That is something that is embedded, it is captured, it is highlighted, and it is written, it is scribed in the CRC constitution. That these key components of the government have autonomy, they have independence. When you appoint somebody, you can remove that individual because of political reasons. You have to be able to remove that person from that particular office if he is found wanting, breaking the law or the act that appoints him or her to that particular position. But now with this 1997 constitution, the entire police machinery is playing fiddle to the whims and the caprices of this Adama Barrow and his cohort. So it is the only country where police are 99.9 directed, micromanaged, controlled by the executive.
Yeah, because
at the end of the day, they don't have independence. They cannot make independent, informed decisions. All of them are more of politicians than security-minded individuals. And before you will be able to cope and fight corruption, you must be corrupt-free first.
Exactly.
Like you said and alluded to, in fact, if somebody is corrupt, how can you lead investigation into corrupt people's lives? You can't do that. Charity begins at home. At a care no la. What I know now alimol dahandi. Alkani menke albeskandal create la. You want to distract us and deviate our attention from the major issues.
Yep.
The major issues that are burning issues in the day-to-day lives, that is having an impact in the day-to-day life of the Gambia. When our seaport is being seeded, when our bridges are seeded, when everything we do virtually, even the energy we use in this country is the only country in the world that is 100% based on external source of energy.
Yeah, failure means
our porous borders have become entry point for criminals. Our healthcare system is the worst in the world. It's virtually a death trap.
It's a death trap.
Our economy is more than 100% inflation because the debt is 100% of the GDP, more than 100% of the gross domestic product.
So this is why the NPP must try to separate their party from what is affecting the Gambian people. Because all of these burning issues are non-partisan. These are the harsh realities of life in the Gambia, affecting the common people in the Gambia. For Adam Barrow to get up by William Moliako, Akomani Boto Malong for Kemeworo or something like that. Which country does Adam Barrow live in? This is why Engela interviewed Lamoy on This is the sad truth.
There was free education, you remember, for high school up to college level. Now, even the people in the Al-Quranic or the Quranic memorizing schools are paying now. Even Quranic school. In those days, it was all free.
Gambia College, Birimbetalaji, in 1999, the first 3-year program of higher teachers certificate program, you know, free Mankodijo, and in fact, they're giving me stipend.
Now, teachers are paid. People are paying the college. Serious.
So now, Yena Jube Banko Molonko Gambia Lingam Fankano. This is about this is totally different from politics. But it dajika kendo nyantaka wale Jube. Ningana institutional from Jube in the service sector, whether immigration, police, prison service, army, and the fire service near Jube. Modu bige, if you want to bring a robust and a very paradigm shift, ikajele coming. You are political, and a classical example of that is one Sambojam party. Mumi alon nene maje malong abota daming, but a kuomin ketala nene manyan kake Gambia dingola because Londo soto, I am Makamo soto, I Banco soto as Sondomoto. It ya by illegally like that just because he has a divergence of opinion.
Esa. Huh? Ngani kelebe kele korole foye.
Nyalla ronta.
A la capacity, a la human resources capacity, a la contribution, a la measure, a la stance. I'm all a victim.
Yeah, so that is wrong.
Because there are people who are more rogue, who are worse than him, who have done more things against the Gambian people than he has done. But when they are still serving, they are all still serving.
The thing is, Nyawuru, look at it like this. The thing is, this one Sambojam party did not even do anything bad, but he's telling the command, in order for us to have an efficient police force, the political and a robust mechanisms will put in place. Who does that in a country?
Sambojam has none day.
And this is wrong.
Walatin nankafo mole ko ali fataka kuol men chukuru alma mello I'm not supporting corruption in any form, in any kind, in any way. But what I don't want is to victimize people because of an infight or an old fight. If you want to settle an old score, do it somewhere else, not in government offices. So this central bank Saturday, the central bank miracle frame leti scheme them just to get at other people. Wala nanko Gambia problem almost through one manding college.
The problem and because moment you can marginalized to be victimized just because of you are smart, not because you are inefficient, but yela do ko no fata mbita nane le kasilete la yene ye bay do ko kono banko sifa jamala ka okay wol daji ka sifa nyanta ka bonna banko kan and again
that's why people don't like us. That's why people don't listen to us at times. It's not that we don't love this country. Nobody can question my love for this country. Nobody loves this country more than I do.
And you know the core issues of things. This is why we didn't know the new media mula dobali pa dampa don't dobali tole long. I am very glad you put him in his place because you are more conversant with him. You know the issues at hand about this country, and yet still that is not resonating to him. And you so kono waya jele ko ha jele ka mem for walem to nyate bari mbatu nga fani ya fasa. Dampa. Dinde mo fele mi alon ko kilo diata nung andunga landen kideba don kilo I will no back. But these are the deception. I am very, very much disappointed at that young boy. All the people of Komma would not be proud of that boy because of the distortion of the truth. You know?
Yes.
O dalilo nye momo nata fo esa len wala esa fama wala momo suma wala doro nyanta ke fanam bay wala la o daji kan taya wala nyanta ka danyim banko ka 2-term limit in our country or banko be dunyoto because we will have to make sure Wunying I can mass uprising the whereby molu teson nako because nyen 2-term nata mita wala fele na banko tinyata we are going into dictatorship.
And in the same draconian constitution, if you don't want to have a retrospective clause, Barrow will already spend 10 years. You want to tell me that also will not be included, it will not be retrospective. So
retroactivity of a clause of a constitution doesn't begin with Kafokominko. Etamari, you would have to be like Yakemolu, this stupidity. Look at this. Coming in 2016, Jamele Botaje, Adam Barosia. The time is Sita Jela mandate starter wala nyama where they be call yes or no the Konaba or maybe
Thank you.
So thank you. The thing ngayon kumodia mo nga senende da oda imang Gambia la lua karaya long katambintolti and the imang karang katambintolti. Ila mandate start day one kaberia that you are the president of the Republic of the Gambia. Whether it is you are executive powers. So those are immaterial here.
Very immaterial. Very immaterial.
You know? So in deception on Yantaka Banne. Anyway, the Gambia la kuwa insula bake. I ain't balafa bake because we are losing the grip of our country. And I hope we can come to our senses and join on one force. Kajubeko Mr. Adama Barrow, anala boalu nala suluolu nyepetolu. Anin duolu milben na banko tenyakang alama alakana ku kendo ke andung Gambia dingo lavadit and ning ela aspiration the common needs of the Gambian people will prevail over their individual interests. Danga wala sotoka for bari tata nyim banko ka ate kela jambi ate kela jansama imam karam multi imam fahamunte imam lua lonti andung Gambia la constitutional near long. Tonya halifa e mol la karande Khalifa mol faham de bar Khalifa fanam man lua long among constitutional long katambin tolte katum bi mol fanang karantale katambi in a more of an advanced technology. Kaje Enyanta memfola in 1 second, iba fola like a paragraph. No. Dolman need wala the aspect, the nitty-gritties. Kuo miye molu nafa womaba barindesan. Alinga political landing bula kafoko binko. Ha maybe ninga agenda post a certain political party wole bena to become a beneficiary. Ninga woke, that is tantamount to disaster in our country, and the trajectory mbetaka nyami bi na jele kon na banko abe tarderine, and it needs patriotic citizens of our country pulka aboni
all right, okay.
Baraka.
Abaraka. Thank you all. Sio meta kabring meta jande, but tomorrow also, because we mad that June, but tomorrow, day after tomorrow, we'll try to come back. Memo be konton na ito kendola ani konton senola. Bafly until we come your way next time. There's another B52 session that will also talk about other issues. There are other reports, like I've said, from 2019, 2020. We'll discuss it as we go. This is session 1. Thank you, everybody, for your audience, for your viewing. Till we come your way next time, this is Nyawuru Komma, aka B52, for the Gambia, our homeland. Allah Baraka.